everybody, this is Rudé, MVP's co-founder and director of methodology. Welcome to the Champions League Final analysis. We are going to present 5 key aspects related to the game between Manchester City and Chelsea. High press, Manchester City offensive weapons, Chelsea's main threats, anticipation of game sequences, and experience. Let's go! Both teams are using a high block to press the opposition during the build-up moment. The key question here is, how are they going to press the 3+2 structures? To do so, Chelsea is using a box, is using a 2+2, trying to pick a side, locking the rival there, and freeing the farthest center back. It's also interesting to understand how they prevent the rival to play around their pressure. They are moving up the wingback in order to press the wide player. On the other hand, Manchester City is using a 3+1 structure. 3 players in front and 1 number 10 behind. What they are doing is to pick a side in order to match there and using the opposing winger to close the second holding midfielder. However, when they want to use a frontal press, what they do is to use the 3 forwards to match the 3 center backs plus the number 10 plus one of the holding midfielders, and if the ball is going to a side, using the fullback, just keeping a back 3 plus one holding midfielder in front. We strongly think that they are going to use different strategies to set advantages in order to skip the high press from the rival. It's possible that Manchester City is using an inverted triangle, keeping one player in between positions just in the middle of this box and then pinning the opposing holding midfielder using one player on each side. We think Chelsea is going to set some advantages in either the second line and the third line. In the second line, trying to free one of these 2 players, or in the third line, trying to make one of the holding midfielders to step and playing a ball into the pockets. The main Manchester City offensive weapons are the false 9, trying to drop into the midfield in order to create numerical and positional superiorities, and also the players running in behind to explode the farther spaces. The following screenshots are showing these concepts. The number 9 dropping into the midfield, trying to set some advantages to open some passing lines, or dragging a defender who is going to track the false 9 movement, and some players from the second line attacking those deep spaces. Chelsea's main threats are related to the coordination between these 3 players, the front 3. The very well coordinated movements are giving a lot of chances to exploit the spaces in order to get some advantages behind the 2 holding midfielders. Using one player on each pocket is going to open these chances, and also having a number 9 who is going to stretch all the time the defensive line is going to get more spaces in between the lines, or a deep ball trying to play towards the opposing goal directly. In addition, the third man is one of the best concepts of playing that Tuchel has developed with his team. Using this strategy, Blues are able to destroy almost all kinds of defensive shapes, playing the triangles in order to get the third man open. A final is a special context, an environment that you must be constantly reading. How are you going to play the first 10 minutes to manage the stress? How are you going to deal with advantages and disadvantages? How are you going to play the last 5 minutes of each half? How are you going to adapt your principles of playing to the different scenarios? Let us play 4 quick anticipation of game sequences related to Chelsea. The first one, the last 2 games, Tuchel has beaten Pep. So this mental state is going to play his role in 100% in some moments of the final. Compacting the team and playing long balls during the last 5 minutes of each half in order to avoid to concede some chances is another strategy that Chelsea is using. The third example is related to the high press. When Chelsea is losing the game and they need to exert more pressure to score some goals, they are turning the formation to a 4-3-3. They are using one of the players in the midfield to press high, having a 3-3 in front, and then they are using also one of the wingbacks to play in the midfield, having 3 and 4 players behind. So they turn the formation to a 4-3-3. Last example. When they are seeking the win, what they are doing is to flip the front three. Instead of playing one center forward and 2 guys here into the pockets, what they are doing is to use 2 center forwards and just 1 player in between the lines. Regarding the experience, Chelsea has played 2 Champions League finals, and Manchester City is going to face the first one, the first chance to win this great title. Speaking about the coaches, Pep has played and won 2 finals, and Tuchel lost the last final against Bayern Munich, being the first coach on playing 2 finals consecutively with 2 different teams. So mixing both teams and coaches' experience, this is going to be a super tight game. If you enjoyed our analysis, click the like button. And if you want to get more content, subscribe to our channel.